Hey everyone, welcome back to Fantasy Explained. Today, we're diving deep into the Breaking Bad universe and unraveling its entire timeline, chronologically. From Jimmy McGill's humble beginnings in Better Call Saul to Jesse Pinkman's escape in El Camino, we'll connect all the dots to make sense of this epic story. So, let's cook up some knowledge. Before diving into today's video, make sure to check out this amazing website that helps you find where to watch the latest movies and TV shows. The website link is provided in the description. Before getting into the video, let's learn about main characters of this universe. Although this overview of characters are short, if you're interested to explore more about these characters, a playlist is mentioned in the description. Walter White. Walter White's past, as revealed through Breaking Bad and additional hints, provides a detailed picture of how a once promising scientist ended up as a high school chemistry teacher before transforming into the drug kingpin Heisenberg. Early life and education. Walter Hartwell White was born on September 7, 1958 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Walter excelled academically and earned a PhD in chemistry. He studied at California Institute of Technology, Caltech, where his brilliance in chemistry was evident. After completing his education, Walter co-founded Gray Matter Technologies with Elliot Schwartz, a fellow scientist. During this time, Walter was in a romantic relationship with Gretchen, who later married Elliot. Their falling out led to Walter leaving the company under unclear circumstances. Walter sold his shares in Gray Matter for a mere $5,000, believing it was the right choice at the time. After Walter's departure, Gray Matter became a multi-billion-dollar corporation, largely due to his contributions to early research. This decision haunted him for years, fueling his resentment and feelings of inadequacy. Following Gray Matter, Walter began working at Sandia Laboratories, a prestigious research facility. Despite his talent, Walter's career stagnated, and he eventually left high-level scientific research. Walter became a high school chemistry teacher in Albuquerque, where he earned a modest salary and struggled to support his family. To make ends meet, Walter worked a second job at a car wash, a humiliation that added to his sense of failure. Family life. Walter married Skylar Lambert, and they had 2 children. Walter White Jr., Flynn, born with cerebral palsy. Holly White, born during the events of Breaking Bad. Walter deeply cared for his family, but his suppressed ambitions and financial struggles created tension in his marriage. Cancer diagnosis, 2008. Walter's life took a dramatic turn when he was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer in 2008. Feeling powerless and desperate to secure his family's financial future, Walter decided to cook methamphetamine after reconnecting with Jesse Pinkman, a former student. The cancer diagnosis acted as the spark that reignited Walter's latent ambition, pride, and ruthlessness, transforming him into the feared drug lord Heisenberg. Jesse Pinkman. Jesse Bruce Pinkman was born on September 24, 1984 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jesse grew up in a middle-class family. His parents, Adam and Diane Pinkman, were strict and had high expectations. He had a younger brother, Jake, who was the golden child of the family, high-achieving, and a stark contrast to Jesse's rebellious nature. Jesse's relationship with his parents was strained due to his drug use, poor academic performance, and frequent trouble with the law. His parents eventually kicked him out of their home, and Jesse became estranged from his family. Education and rebellious youth. Jesse attended J.P. Wynn High School, where Walter White was his chemistry teacher. Despite being capable, Jesse showed little interest in academics and often acted out in class, earning him Walter's disapproval. During high school, Jesse began experimenting with drugs, eventually selling small amounts to classmates. His early fascination with art, especially drawing, hinted at a creative side that was overshadowed by his growing involvement in the drug trade. After high school, Jesse fully immersed himself in the world of drugs, both as a user and a dealer. He adopted the street name Cap'n Cook and became known for making subpar methamphetamine, adding chili powder to his product for a unique twist. Jesse operated with little ambition or professionalism, often working with low-level dealers and using the product himself. Meeting Walter White, 2008. Jesse's life took a sharp turn when Walter White re-entered his life. In Breaking Bad's first episode, Walter blackmailed Jesse into partnering with him after witnessing Jesse flee a drug bust. This partnership marked the beginning of Jesse's transformation from a small-time dealer to a key player in a multi-million-dollar meth operation. Relationships. Jane Margolis. Jesse's landlord and later girlfriend who introduced him to heroin. Her death due to a drug overdose devastated Jesse and became a pivotal moment in his life. Andrea Cantillo. Another romantic relationship, Andrea helped Jesse find moments of peace. Her death, orchestrated by Todd and Jack's gang, deeply scarred him. Brock Cantillo, Andrea's young son, whom Jesse grew close to and cared for deeply. Jesse's past experiences with family rejection, addiction, and guilt over the harm caused by his actions profoundly shaped his arc in Breaking Bad. As the series progressed, he displayed a growing sense of morality and self-awareness. This complexity is part of what makes Jesse one of the most beloved characters in the Breaking Bad universe. Guss Fring. Guss Fring's past is shrouded in mystery, and much of it is hinted at rather than explicitly detailed in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Here's a summary of what is known or speculated about his background. Early life. Gus's full name, Gustavo Fring, and his exact origins are ambiguous. He is implied to be from Chile, but his past in the country is heavily obscured. In Breaking Bad, Hector Salamanca mockingly calls him the Generalissimo, suggesting some form of power or military connection. Gus's arrival in Mexico and his rise in the drug trade remain mysterious. Relationship with Max Arciniega. Gus's closest known relationship was with Max Arciniega, a chemist who co-founded their chain of Los Pollos Hermanos. In Breaking Bad, Hermanos episode, it's revealed that Max was not only Gus's business partner but also someone he deeply cared for, potentially romantically. Gus and Max approached Don Eladio in the late 1980s or early 1990s, offering high-quality meth to establish a partnership with the cartel. However, Don Eladio viewed it as disrespectful and had Hector Salamanca kill Max in front of Gus as a warning. Building the Los Pollos Hermanos empire. After Max's murder, Gus spent years working under the cartel while secretly plotting revenge against Don Eladio and Hector Salamanca. Gus expanded Los Pollos Hermanos, a legitimate fast food chain, as a front for his drug operations. He cultivated relationships with law enforcement and political figures, further shielding his criminal activities. Gus's revenge. Gus spends decades plotting revenge against the cartel. By the events of Breaking Bad, Gus has created a highly efficient meth operation with complete independence from the cartel. In Breaking Bad, Salud episode, Gus poisons Don Eladio and his men, wiping out most of the cartel leadership in one calculated move. Connection to Madrigal Electromotive. Gus partners with Madrigal Electromotive, a German conglomerate that finances his meth empire. In Better Call Saul, Gus's connection to Madrigal is further explored, including their role in constructing his underground superlab. Personality and traits. Gus is meticulous, ruthless, and patient. His ability to mask his criminal empire behind a philanthropic, polite persona makes him one of the most feared figures in the Breaking Bad universe. His past trauma, particularly Max's death, seems to fuel his drive for power and revenge, shaping his calculated approach to eliminating his enemies. Jimmy McGill. Jimmy McGill's past, as explored in Better Call Saul, provides a rich backstory that explains his transformation from a small-time con artist to the sleazy but brilliant lawyer Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad. Here's a detailed breakdown of his life before the events of the series. Early life. James Morgan McGill was born in Cicero, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Jimmy's parents owned a small convenience store. His older brother, Chuck McGill, was highly intelligent and successful, becoming a respected attorney and co-founder of the prestigious law firm Hamlin and McGill, HHM. Jimmy felt overshadowed by Chuck, creating a lifelong sibling rivalry. Slippin' Jimmy era. In his youth, Jimmy earned the nickname Slippin' Jimmy for running petty scams and cons in Cicero. His schemes ranged from slipping on ice to fake injuries to extort settlements, as well as small-time hustles. He spent much of his time avoiding real responsibility, living a carefree but morally dubious life. Moving to Albuquerque. Following Chuck's intervention, Jimmy relocated to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to work in the mailroom at Hamlin and McGill, HHM. Despite starting from the bottom, Jimmy admired the law and was inspired by Chuck's success. Becoming a lawyer. Jimmy decided to turn his life around by becoming a lawyer. He earned a law degree through a correspondence program from the University of American Samoa, a fact that would later become a source of ridicule from his peers, especially Chuck. After passing the bar exam, Jimmy hoped to join HHM, but was blocked by Chuck, who secretly undermined him due to a lack of respect for his abilities and moral character. Elder law and early legal career. Rejected by HHM, Jimmy began practicing law independently, focusing on elder law and helping senior citizens. During this time, he showed creativity and charisma, employing flashy advertising and gimmicks to attract clients. Relationship with Kim Wexler. Jimmy formed a close relationship with Kim Wexler, a fellow attorney at HHM. Their bond grew romantically and professionally, with Kim often supporting Jimmy despite her reservations about his questionable tactics. Descent into Saul Goodman. Chuck's eventual death, triggered in part by Jimmy's actions, marked a turning point, solidifying Jimmy's transformation into Saul Goodman, the morally flexible, profit-driven criminal lawyer. Much of Jimmy's transformation into Saul Goodman stems from his need for validation and respect, which he felt was denied to him in traditional legal circles. Jimmy McGill's story is one of ambition, moral compromise, and the struggle to define himself in the shadow of his past. His journey to becoming Saul Goodman is both tragic and compelling, making him one of the most nuanced characters in the Breaking Bad universe. Juárez Cartel. The Juárez Cartel is a powerful drug trafficking organization based in Mexico. It controls a large portion of the drug trade between Mexico and the United States. The cartel operates under a strict hierarchy, ensuring loyalty through fear and ruthless enforcement. Don Eladio Fuente, the boss. Don Eladio is the head of the cartel, managing operations from his estate in Mexico. He oversees the entire drug distribution network and ensures subordinates remain loyal by rewarding success and punishing betrayal. Juan Bolsa, middle manager. Juan Bolsa acts as a trusted lieutenant and serves as a liaison between Don Eladio and the cartel's operatives. He manages logistics, ensures smooth communication, and handles disputes to maintain stability within the organization. Gustavo Guss Fring, distributor. Guss Fring, based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, works as the cartel's methamphetamine distributor in the United States. Though initially loyal, Gus secretly plots against the cartel to establish his own drug empire. Gus ultimately assassinates Don Eladio and key cartel figures, seizing control of the drug trade and putting an end to cartel. The Salamanca Family. The Salamanca family represents the cartel's primary enforcers and overseers in the United States. They are known for their brutality and loyalty to the cartel's cause. Hector Salamanca. Hector is a senior figure in the cartel and serves as the head of the Salamanca family. Once a feared enforcer, Hector oversees the family's operations in the United States, maintaining the cartel's interests across the border. Despite his declining health, he continues to influence the family's activities. Leonel and Marco Salamanca. Leonel and Marco are Hector's twin nephews and serve as deadly enforcers for the cartel. Known for their silent demeanor and brutal efficiency, they handle assassinations and other violent tasks to protect the cartel's interests. Tuco Salamanca. Tuco, another of Hector's nephews who mostly appeared in Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul with his brother-in-law Gonzo, he is a volatile and unpredictable figure within the family. This guy literally beats people to death. It doesn't matter even if they are his own men. While his violent outbursts make him a liability, he plays a significant role in the cartel's operations in Albuquerque before being imprisoned. Lalo Salamanca. Lalo, another nephew of Hector, is a cunning and charismatic operator. He oversees the family's business dealings with charm and efficiency, often clashing with Guss Fring as he attempts to uncover his plans against the cartel. Mike Ehrmantraut. Mike Ehrmantraut's past, as revealed in Breaking Bad and expanded upon in Better Call Saul, is rooted in tragedy, loyalty, and his descent into Albuquerque's criminal underworld. Here's a detailed look at his backstory. Early life and career. Mike Ehrmantraut was likely born in Pennsylvania, though details about his early life are scarce. Mike served as a police officer in Philadelphia. He was a respected and experienced cop, known for his calm demeanor and sharp instincts. While on the force, Mike became corrupt, accepting bribes and engaging in illegal activities alongside other officers. His son, Matty Ehrmantraut, followed in his footsteps and joined the police force. Tragic turning point. The death of Matty Ehrmantraut. Matty, unlike Mike, was a moral and honest officer who refused to participate in corruption. In 2001, Matty's refusal to go along with dirty cops led to his murder by fellow officers who feared he might expose their activities. Mike, racked with guilt for having introduced Matty to a corrupt system, sought revenge. He used his skills as a marksman to kill the officers responsible for Matty's death. Following the killings, Mike left Philadelphia and relocated to Albuquerque to be closer to his daughter-in-law, Stacy, and granddaughter, Kaylee Ehrmantraut. Transition to Albuquerque and criminal activity. In Albuquerque, Mike took on odd jobs, initially working as a parking lot attendant at the courthouse. His meticulous and resourceful nature made him an ideal candidate for more dangerous work, leading him into the criminal underworld. Mike began working as a fixer, enforcer, and private investigator, often hired by individuals seeking discreet, effective solutions to their problems. Connection to Guss Fring. Mike's skills eventually caught the attention of Guss Fring, who hired him to assist with security, logistics, and other criminal operations. Mike became Guss's most trusted associate, managing the day-to-day operations of his drug empire and ensuring the safety of his employees. His loyalty to Guss stemmed from mutual respect and Guss's promise to provide financial security for Mike's granddaughter, Kaylee. Mike's death, 2010. In Breaking Bad, Mike's relationship with Guss ends after Guss's death. He reluctantly works with Walter White, who eventually becomes a liability. In 2010, during an argument over Walter's recklessness, Walter shoots and kills Mike by a riverbank. Mike's final words are iconic.
May die in peace.
His death marks a tragic end to one of the most honorable and grounded characters in the Breaking Bad universe. Now that we've completed learning about the characters, let's move on to understanding the chronological order of this franchise. Better Call Saul, 2002 to 2008. Jimmy transforms into Saul Goodman, starting as a small-time lawyer trying to escape his brother Chuck's shadow. By 2008, Jimmy fully transitions into Saul Goodman, the sleazy criminal lawyer we know. Mike Ehrmantraut's backstory. Mike's journey from a cop-turned-parking attendant to Guss Fring's trusted enforcer. Guss Fring's operations. Guss builds his methamphetamine empire, clashing with the Salamanca Family. Breaking Bad, 2008 to 2010. High school teacher Walter White turns to cooking meth after a cancer diagnosis. Walt and Jesse grow their meth empire, attracting Guss Fring's attention. Walt and Guss become adversaries, leading to Guss's death in 2011. The rise of Heisenberg causes personal losses, betrayals, and Walt's eventual collapse. Walt liberates Jesse and dies in a shootout with neo-Nazis. El Camino, Jesse Pinkman flees from captivity and begins a new life after Walt's death, leaving Albuquerque behind. Better Call Saul, Gene Timeline, 2010 to 2012. Saul hides under the alias Gene Takovich in Omaha, managing a Cinnabon store while evading authorities. Gene eventually confronts his past, leading to his final resolution. This timeline intertwines complex character arcs, showcasing how ordinary people make extraordinary and often destructive choices. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Please do subscribe and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Until then.
Okay, just hit that button right there. Yeah? Okay.